Hello Magic fans, I'm Beef and welcome to the first video in the new Aetherdrift standard, and today we are playing a red, white or Boros vehicles / mountain deck, mostly vehicles. And I don't know if I've ever done this before, but every single non-land card in this deck is brand new in Aetherdrift, so it'll be interesting to see how it performs. So obviously Aetherdrift is a heavy, specifically vehicle themed set, but there are quite a few mounts in it as well, and there are some very powerful vehicle and mount payoffs, and that's why we're playing this one today, mainly around Kolodin Triumph Caster. Kolodin is a 2-mana 2/3 legendary human pilot. It says mounts and vehicles you control have haste, and then basically whenever a mount you control enters, it becomes saddled at the end of turn, and whenever a vehicle you control enters, it becomes an artifact creature until end of turn. So basically mounts and saddles, mounts and vehicles can attack the turn they come down, and if you have a mount with obviously a saddle attack trigger, which a lot of them do, you will get that trigger straight away as well. But we do only have one mount in the deck, the rest is vehicles. We also have Chandra Spark Hunter, who is a planeswalker, 4 mana, 4 loyalty. It says begin combat on your turn, you choose up to one target vehicle you control. At the end of turn, it becomes an artifact creature and gains haste. So kind of similar to Kolodin, it turns on one of your vehicles for the turn, so it can attack the turn it comes down and attack without being crewed. And it's got a +2, you may sacrifice an artifact or discard a card. If you do, draw a card, and then a 0, create a 3/2 colourless vehicle artifact token with crew 1, and then a -7 says whenever you get an emblem, whenever you get an emblem whenever an artifact you control enters, this emblem deals 3 damage to any target. So you can play it on turn 4, get a 3/2 vehicle which can immediately be animated with Chandra, so you can smash in for 3, or you can just start +2 in to get up to that ultimate, which doesn't seem like it is too impossible to get. So let's get on to the rest of our deck, and we're going to go through every single card because I said they all are brand new. In the 1-drops we had Voyager Glidecar, 1 mana 2/3 vehicle. When it enters, scry 1, and it's got crew 1, so that's a pretty low crew cost. But you can also tap 3 other untapped creatures you control. So in a turn, it becomes an artifact creature, gains fly, and puts a +1/+1 counter on it. So it's very similar to the card in standard at the moment that does something very similar, but you can tap artifacts with that card as well. The name has escaped me for some reason. Then we have Dynamic Diver, a 1 mana 1/1, and it is a pilot, so it saddles, mounts and crews vehicles as though its power were 2 or greater, so that's great in a deck that has a lot of vehicles and mounts. And then when it dies, it deals 1 damage to any target, so it can take out an X1 or maybe go face. Then one of our removal spells, Road Rage, a 1 mana instant. It deals X damage to target vehicle or planeswalker, where X is 2 plus the number of mounts and vehicles we control. So at its base level, it is Shock that can only deal damage to creatures and planeswalkers, but we do have a lot of vehicles and mounts. We have 15 vehicles and 2 mounts, so this could be quite often more than 2. Then we have Glory Heath Lynx, 2 copies of this, and it's our only mount in the deck. It's a 2 mana 2/3 with lifelink, and it's in there to help stabilise. It says when it attacks while saddled, we search a library for basic planes, reveal it, put it into our hand, then shuffle, and it has saddle 2, so the diver can saddle it, and obviously this just makes sure we can hit our land drops. Then we have 4 copies of the Boommobile, a 4 mana 5/5 vehicle, and when it enters we add 4 mana of any one colour, spend this mana only to activate abilities. And then it has Exhaust, which is another new mechanic from Aetherdrift. Basically, Exhaust means it's an activated ability that you can only play once per game. Obviously, if you can flicker the creature, it resets that once per game. But and there is a card in green, I think, Elvish Refitter or something like that, which lets you play more than once. But basically, Exhaust ability is X and then 2 in a red. This vehicle deals X damage to any target, put a 1/1 counter on this vehicle, and it's got crew 2. So if we have Kolodin down, we can play the Boommobile, immediately put, let's just say 4 mana into the Exhaust, deal 1 damage to any target, put a counter on it, hit him for 6. Then we have 3 copies of Salvation Engine, a 5 mana 6/10, so it's a beefy body. Other artifact creatures you control get +2/+2. And it says whenever this vehicle attacks, return up to 1 target artifact card from your graveyard to the battlefield, and obviously all vehicles are artifacts, and it has crew 6, so that is quite expensive, but obviously with Kolodin and Chandra it can get in the turn it comes down, and with Chandra it can get in every turn. And a lot of expensive vehicles also have cycling, so we can cycle them in the early game and then get them back with a Salvation Engine, and they'll be bigger because of that buff. Then we have 4 copies of Explosive Getaway, our sweeper of choice, kind of. Say 5 mana card, sorcery, exile up to 1 target artifact or creature. It doesn't have to be the one we control, but it will be the one we control. Then it comes back to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. Then it deals 4 damage to each creature. So we can basically exile our Kolodin, deal 4 damage to each creature, and then Kolodin comes back so we can save it, or any other creature we have. And because most of our deck is vehicles, they won't get hit by Explosive Getaway. And then up to the big boys, 2 copies of Detention Chariot, a 6 mana 6/6. When it enters, exile target artifact or a creature an opponent controls till this vehicle leaves the battlefield, and it's got crew 3, but it also has cycling for 1 white. So we can, it's removal, and then we can just start smashing in for 6, and that crew 3 is pretty achievable as well. And then Valor's Flagship is a 7 mana 7/7 with flying, first strike, and lifelink. It also has crew 3, and it's got cycling, X, 2 and a white. And when we cycle this card, create X 1/1 colorless pilot creature tokens with this token saddles, mounts, and cruise vehicles as though its power 2 or greater. So we can cycle this early. And then if we draw it late, we can hopefully cast it, get in with haste with Kolodin and Chandra, or cycle it and get enough pilots that can crew itself or some bigger things like a Detention Chariot. Kind of annoying that Kolodin is a pilot, but it doesn't have it can saddle and crew 1 or 2 higher, because power 2 is kind of annoying. A lot of things have crew 3, but oh well. Mana base is all the usual suspects, although in Aetherdrift we do get the other colour sets verges. So we do get the white and red verge, Sun Billow Verge, but then 6 plains, 6 mountains, 4 Battlefield Forges, 2 Elegant Parlors, and 2 Inspiring Advantages. Elegant Parlor can obviously turn on Sun Billow Verge, but we don't want to have too many tap lands. That's why we're only playing 2 of those and then 2 Inspiring Advantage. And with Elegant Parlor, we might want to put one of our big vehicles in the graveyard to maybe get it back with Salvation Engine. So that's the deck. I've not played with it yet, so let's see how it goes. All new cards, so it is anyone's guess. We don't have any 3-drops, which does worry me. There are some 3-drops we could play by maybe cut out Glory Heath links, but then we wouldn't have any 2-drops apart from Kolodin. So we will see. I hope you all enjoy the video. I hope you all like the new logo and the new intro, and hope with a new volume. I've been told my voice is quite quiet on some of these videos, so I've turned my mic volume up. So let me know what you think down in the comments, and I'll see you all in the gameplay. We go first with, well, we'll give it a keep. We don't have any 1-drops, but we can Kolodin into Glory Heath links. They're playing Goblins. I will attack, just so we make sure we hit our land. That's fine, I will take out their Firebrand. I can't imagine they're going to be able to exhaust this. Costs 12. Let's just create a vehicle. We won't attack with it, because then we can just crew it with Kolodin to block the engineer. That is more scary. but we're going to play the Salvation Engine. And then we are going to attack in 4, 11. And then, yes, they can take out our Chandra, but next turn we can play another Chandra or even another Salvation Engine. And we could even potentially... Well, there's no way to get anything in the graveyard. Well, we could sack... No, we couldn't. Well, I was saying we could sack something to the +2, but obviously Chandra's about to get attacked down, but and then get it back with a Salvation Engine, but no worries. Where's our 1-drops? Hopefully we can find something with Surveyor Land. Well, there is a 1-drop. But unfortunately it's too late. Let's play out our own cat. Well, that is something that we definitely need to take out. But we can do it on their turn. Well, the getaway looks pretty like it could be pretty useful.
See at the finish line, chumps. Check out these wheels. Go, go, go!
Yeah, that's fine. We can get back the glide car with Salvation Engine. No, we can't.
Can't fail.
Well, I think we attack. And I think I play out the Salvation Engine. We're only 2 lands away from being able to play Valor's Flagship. Obviously I would like a Chandra or a Kolodin to give it haste. And we don't have enough to crew the Salvation Engine. We will obviously wipe the board now. We could actually crew the Salvation Engine with the Boommobile. Which I might do next turn. So we play the Boommobile. Just 4 red. exhaust, X equals 1, take out the squire. Then let's crew the Boommobile with the Glory Heath links. And then let's crew the Salvation Engine with... And let's... Don't want that. But we will get one back. We can cycle Valor's flagship. Let's see. So we did hit the land, so next turn we can play out the flagship. But crewing it's going to be a pain. We can take out one of the cats. And obviously we can crew the Boommobiles. Wow, just the three of them. Well, let's crew. This is an 8-8. Well, there's Kolodin. And that means, unfortunately, the Salvation Engine is an attack, so we wouldn't be able to attack with Valor. But obviously now we can crew both our Boommobiles and then get down Valor's flagship next turn, and it does have lifelink. We just need Kolodin to survive. Doesn't look like it is. We know they do have Get Lost. And they have 5 cards in hand, so... Well, that's a bummer. Might have milled themselves out at this point. Yeah, Disenchant's going to see a lot more play. In now because of all the artifacts in Aetherdrift. This Vaz flagship's going to need to do a lot of work. Oh, there's a backup Kolodin. Shame this doesn't have vigilance. And we still have our Boommobiles. I would love to find another explosive getaway. Well, that's going to be a problem, getting flying. Come on, explosive getaway. It is basically explosive getaway or bust. So it looks like it's bust. Yeah. They just went too wide. Well, we've got an alright hand. I really don't rate Voyager Glide Car, but well, I think I get down the diver and get in with the glide car. We can hold up removal. I like that fourth land for the Boommobile. I think they have artifact removal, maybe. There's definitely a stick. Well, it seems we have two of them. Let's just fire one off. We do make sure we hit our lands. Fortunately, it's too late to get down the Boommobile. Road Rage now does 4. Another Citadel Stalwart. We'll kill Kona because no idea what I want to put in, but it's going to be pretty powerful. We go first. We need more early action. I'm probably not doing a huge amount. Well, we'll just attack. And then there wasn't a stick. Yeah, see that coming a mile away. Let's create 2 and then we can get in the 6.
You're gonna wish you never raced Chandra no more.
We'll just create a 0.
Rev 'em up.
Oh, we just have lethal, don't we? Because we can crew and then crew, and yeah,
Push it to the limit.
even through 2 board wipes. Well, we go first, but with a very slow hand. This is better. We'll put back a mountain. Then putting Archangel the Wrath into the graveyard is worrying. Well, let's doesn't look like that's going to be needed. Destroying all the cards that we don't actually need. Well, we're attacking. And let's go exploring. Wow. We've seen 3 Kolodins, 3 Road Rages against what looks to be a domain control deck. So fantastic. And I imagine this is just countered. Oh no, herd migration. Do they have another Get Lost? Doesn't look like they do. Sunfall. But that should still be game. Because we can Kolodin. Crew 2. And yeah. Bizarrely, we've done well when we face against sweepers. Hello Magic fans and welcome back to the wrap up. So as you can see, the deck has changed a bit since doing the deck tech. I did the deck tech before planning any games and I have tweaked it. Unfortunately, this build is not particularly good. It is too slow. It is using entirely new cards. It does mean, you know, you are losing out on things like Sheltered by Ghosts. Why wouldn't you play that if you're in white? But I did just want to see how many vehicle synergies we could do. I think the real disappointing card was Voyager Glide Car. So 1 mana 2/3. It is very similar to Warden of the Inner Sky. I forgot the name during the deck check because you can tap things to turn, you know, to make it bigger. But the Glide Car can only tap creatures. Warden taps creatures and artifacts. And obviously in a vehicle heavy deck you have more artifacts than creatures, so it's not particularly good in this deck. I think in a other go wide deck I think it would be very, very powerful, being able to give it +1/+1 and flying almost every turn if you've got enough creatures. If you're playing like a Boros, Gleeful Demolition, Convoke deck, I think it'd be very powerful as well. Boommobile was really, really powerful. Being able to do 1 damage, pick off an X1, and if you've got Kolodin out to get in for 6 as well is really powerful as well. I did go down to 1 Valor's Flagship, up to 3. It's good that you can cycle it to create pilots, because the problem with this deck is you don't have a lot of creatures to crew things. If you've got Kolodin down and you can get vehicles down and smash in, fantastic. But if you don't, we've only got Dynamite Diver, Glory Heath Lynx, and actually that's the only creatures. So Valor's Flagship being able to create more pilots is powerful. But as I said, this was not meant to be a competitive deck. I just wanted to see all the new vehicle synergies. So I hope you enjoy it anyway. I will look at it again in a few weeks and try and build it a bit better. But for now, it is just a bit too slow. And Kolodin by himself, a legendary 2 mana 2/3 that just dies to cut down sucks. You know, the fact also he can't crew things more than his power, which most pilots can, is annoying, because yeah, he can crew Boommobile, but he can't crew Valor's Flagship or Lifecraft Engine, and he can crew the Gustal Thrill Roller. We added these in during the games, but didn't get a much chance to play them, because I think having a 3-drop that we can curve Kolodin into is pretty powerful as well. Yeah, so that's the deck. Said, hope you all enjoy it. If you do, please remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video.